board. It's Chinese medicine pictures and information. So let's see and read one by one. Here, it's a long way of information. Juncus effusius. It's a medicinal part is stampede. I think I saw this. I thought it's only weed. So stampede, and then it needs a dried one. Yeah. So nature and taste, sweet plant, slightly cold, and the function is to eliminate excessive hard tea, induce urination. This is for having a painful pee. So this one, I think I saw this Piper nigrum. I don't know if I read it correctly. Medicinal part is the fruit, so like this. And the nature and taste, acrid and hot. The function is to dispel cold from the stomach, subdue upward qi flow, and eliminate phlegm. This plant is so nice. And the next one is Pronus armeniaca. It looks like almond, but it's not. I think it's not almond. This is scientific name, so you can Google what's the English name for that. So medicinal part is seed. So be careful which part is the medicine and which part is toxic. Nature and taste, bitter, slightly warm, slightly toxic. So you have to find the seed. The only seed is the medicine. And the function is to relieve cough and asthma and to relax bowels. You have a bowel problem, you can take the seed. And this one is Godonopsis pilosula. The medicinal part is the root. See? So we have to read it one by one until there. So I'm kind of bored, so I'm just reading it. To reinforce qi. You research about the qi. I think that's your strength. Invigorate the function of the spleen and the lung. So only this part, okay? The other part is toxic. So Oconitum carmitueli. So the part is parent root tuber, prepared parent root tuber, or daughter root. So like this. Like that. So the taste is acrid, bitter, hot, toxic. So mindful only parent or daughter root. Parent root tuber or prepared parent root tuber to relieve rheumatic conditions and alleviate pain by warming meridians. So the daughter root is to cause restoration from collapse, reinforce fire, and reinforce young. So we're talking about medicinal plant, right? So and dispel wind, cold, and damp. I don't know what's that. And this one, Dioscorea opposite. So stem tuber only. And this plant, I think it's a creeper. So sweet and neutral. To replenish the spleen and stomach, promote fluid secretion, and benefit the lung. The strengthen the kidney and restrain seminal discharge. What's that seminal? So stem tuber only. And the next one is Fritillaria cerosa, and you only use the bulb there. So this is it. The taste is bitter, sweet, slightly cold in nature. So to remove heat, the heat of your body, if you feel heat, You use the bulb of that plant. Moisten the lung, resolve phlegm, and relieve cough. So that's the plant. And this one. Logisticum chunrong. Apiaceae. So the medicinal part is the rhizome. So this is the rhizome. Okay. Acrid worm. And then the function is to promote the flow of blood and chi, dispel wind and relieve pain. Okay, the next one is Areca catechu. So I think this is palm, right? So you only use the seed. Bitter acrid on worm. The function is to kill worms. You have worms in your body. Hello, Daryl. Remove undigested food, subdue the upward chi, promote the flow of fluid, and stop malarial attacks. So you only use the seeds. Good morning, Daryl. The next one is, I think I found this in the wild. Eupatorium fortunae asteracea. I don't know if I read it correctly. So I'm reading the Chinese medicine. So you only use the medicinal part of the aerial part, like that. I think they tried it. So the taste is acrid, neutral. The function is to resolve damp, invigorate the function of the spleen, and improve appetite by its spicy fragrance, and to expel summer heat from the body surface. Did I read it right? So this one, I think this one is a flower. Rheum palmatum polygonaceae. This is the scientific name, so you have to Google the English. You only use the root and the rhizome. The taste is bitter. To purge fire and dredge intestines, reduce heat in blood and counteract toxicity, and eliminate blood stasis, and stimulate menstrual discharge. So root and rhizome, they dried it also. This is Sertium japonicum, Asteraceae family. So aerial part only, dried. Okay, the function is to arrest bleeding by reducing heat in the blood, to remove blood stasis, and reduce swelling. Yeah, this part of the plant. This one is Croton tiglium, Euphorbiaceae. The use is only the fruit. The taste is acrid, to cause corrosion by external use. I don't know what's that mean. Cordium vulgare. So you only use the dried germinated ripe fruit, like this. Mostly they use the dried one. Dried germinated ripe fruit to invigorate the function of the spleen, to regulate the function of the stomach. Dried germinated ripe fruit, stir bake, to promote digestion, stop lactation. Dried germinated ripe fruit, charred, stimulate digestion and remove the retention of undigested food. I see. It looks like only it's like weed. Oh, Cyperus rotundus. And you only use the rhizome. To remove stagnation of chi, regulate menstruation, and relieve pain. Cannabis sativa. I think you're familiar with this cannabis. Yes, only the fruit. But I think others use the, you know, to moisten intestines to boost bowel. Oh, other people use all of it, I think, for other purposes. So this one, Cucumis sativus. This is the pumpkin, right? It looks like pumpkin. It is pumpkin. You use the seed and to kill worms, to induce lactation, to cause diuresis, and cause subsidence of swelling. They use the seed of the pumpkin. That looks like pumpkin to me. Maybe other kind of pumpkin. Sertium setosum. They only use the aerial part and to arrest bleeding by reducing heat in the blood, to remove blood stasis and reduce swelling. This one, Ponax notogenesis, root and rhizome. They take what I'm doing. Eliminate blood stasis, arrest bleeding, cause subsidence of swelling, and alleviate pain. Angelica sinensis. You only use the root. To enrich blood, activate blood circulation, regulate menstruation, relieve pain, and relax bowels. Oh. I take video of this because I would find it in the bushes. Eugenia caryophyllata. This is cloves. English is cloves, I know that. Yeah. You only use flower bud, of course. So the part is flower bud, dry. This is the clover. To warm the middle energizer, check adverse rise of stomach chi and restore kidney yang. This one, Salvia miltioryza. Use the root and the rhizome. So to remove blood stasis and relieve pain, to promote the flow of blood and stimulate menstruation and clear heart fire and remove restlessness. Ah. So Pinellia ternata, the tuber. To remove down and phlegm, to remove nausea and vomiting, and to eliminate stuffiness in chest and epigastrium. Who else using medicinal plants? And this one is Cistanche deserticola, fleshy stem. Like this look like dry. The stem, this one. To reinforce the kidney, replenish vital essence and blood, and induce laxation. Polyporus umbiliatus. What is Sclerotium? Sclerotium. I don't know. That means it looks like dark. To induce urination and remove damp. Really. So this one is Imperata cylindrica. You only use the rhizome. Okay. To arrest bleeding by reducing heat in blood, to remove heat and to cause urination. Yeah. I didn't know all the weeds are useful. So. Artemisia and Noah, and the aerial part. Mostly they use the dry. So to remove summer heat, relieve consumptive fever, and stop malarial attacks. Okay, so Schinos, Schizonepeta tenuifolia. Why scientific name is so hard to read? Fruit spike aerial part. Like this. Okay, the function is to induce diaphoresis to dispel wind and promote eruptions. To induce diaphoresis to dispel, they're just the same. Ah, the aerial part and the fruit part, they're the same. Poria focus. What is so dark? Cellular, blah, blah. To cause urination, invigorate the spleen function, and calm the mind. Polygonum cuspidatum. You use the root and the rhizome. Okay. Dispel wind and damp, eliminate blood stasis, and alleviate pain, relieve cough, and resolve phlegm. Yeah. I think I saw this before. So, Rehmannia glutinosa. Use the dried roots. You read it's so long. To remove heat and promote the production of the body fluids, reduce heat in blood and arrest bleeding. This is lychee. So, lychee chinensis. They use their mostly they just throw this away, the seed. But the fruit is too young. To promote the flow of qi and subsidence of indigestion and to dispel cold and relieve pain. Lychee. This one is Smilax glabra liliaceae family. You use the rhizome, sweet and bland. To remove damp and to counteract toxicity and to improve the mobility of joints. They use the rhizome. Yeah. Next, Rosia habanica. You use the fruit. They dried it. To remove toxic heat, to stop malarial attack, to relieve dysentery and cauterize vegetation. Arisema irubescens. Araceae family. So you use the tuber and to remove damp phlegm, to dispel wind and arrest convulsions, and to dissipate lumps and reduce swelling. So this is good if you have lumps. Use only the tuber. Citrus aurantium, Rutaceae family. The citrus. You can use the young fruit to resolve stagnancy of phlegm and relieve stuffiness sensation in the chest and abdomen. A young fruit, they dried it. Oh, I think I'm halfway. Cartamos tinctorius. Use the flower. Yeah, they tried it. To activate blood circulation and stimulate menstrual discharge and to remove blood stasis and relieve pain. That's the one. And this one is Acanthopanax gracilis stylus, Araliaceae family. You use the root bark to relieve rheumatic conditions if you have rheumatic. Tonify the liver and the kidney and strengthen the tendons and bones. Oh, this is good for all this. Use the root bark, they dried it. And Xanthocilum congenum, Rutaceae family. So they use the pericarp This one, and the skin of the fruit, also with pericarp. So to warm the spleen and the stomach and relieve pain, kill parasites and relieve itching. Oh wow, it's nice. And highly rare use undatus. Use the flower and stem. So flower to remove heat and loosen the lung, to resolve phlegm and counteract toxicity and cause subsidence of swelling, relaxing tendons and remove obstructions from collaterals. What? It's dragon fruit. And the flower of dragon.
Đủ lại là tiếng của đấy anh đủ
Nelombo nocifera, Nymphaceae family. This is lotus, right? So dried, nude, to arrest bleeding and remove blood status. I can't imagine the scientific name of dragon fruit is Hilarious undatus. Hilarious undatus. This is Scotillaria bicalensis, Lamiaceae family. So you only use the root. It looks like lavender, but it's not lavender. To remove damp heat, quench fire, and counteract toxicity, arrest bleeding, and prevent abortion. Oh. If you don't want to have miscarriage, you use the root of this plant. Very nice. Astragalus membranaceus, Leguminosae family. I use the root. The function is to reinforce this and strengthen the superficial resistance and promote the discharge of pus and growth of new tissue. Oh, if you have pus in your wound, you only use the root. Yeah. And this one is it's a flower. Chrysanthemum morifolium, Asteraceae family. Chrysanthemum, they use this capitolum is the flower. Chrysanthemum tea. To dispel with heat, pacify hyperactivity of the liver and improve eyesight. Oh wow. Ephedra seneca, Ephedraceae family. Why is it so hard to read? So you only use the herbaceous stem. To induce perspiration for expel cold, relieve asthma, and cause diuresis, and arrest perspiration. I haven't seen this. Scutolobus suberectus, Leguminosae family. I use dried lianoid stem to enrich blood and activate blood circulation and remove obstruction of the channels and collaterals. Sophora japonica. I will write down the scientific name and I will search for the English name. Flower and flower bud. To arrest bleeding by reducing heat in the blood and to quench excessive fire in the liver. Oh, this is good for the liver. Okay, this one is really weeds to us. Lophaterum gracile, Poaceae family. So they use the whole herb, whole part, dried. To remove heat, ease the mind, and cause urination. It's really weird. I keep I keep removing it from my garden. Oh, this one is the Crategus pinnatifida Rosaceae family. So fruit and leaf. Sour, sweet, slightly warm. Yeah. To stimulate digestion and promote the functional activity of the stomach. To improve the normal flow of qi and dissipate blood status, to activate blood circulation, to remove blood stagnation. This is blood clot, bro. And regulate qi flow to activate meridians. Uh, looks like pomegranate, right? I know. Looks like dates when it's dry. Yeah, this is the scientific name. Use the fruit. They dried it. And I'm gonna bring you to the dried shop. Attract Attractilodes lanci. You use the rhizome to remove dampness and invigorate the function of the spleen. This is good for your spleen. Dispel wind, cold, and improve eyesight. Huh? Pletilia striafa. Okay, so rest bleeding, reduce swelling, and the growth of new tissues. You use only the tuber. Wow, I'm almost there. So, Pronelia vulgaris. You use the foot spike like that. And to quench fire of the liver. If your liver have a problem, this is good for you. To counteract inflammation of the eyes and reduce nodulation and induce subsidence of swelling. That plant. Here, next, Nelia acidarak, Meliaceae family. So you use the stem bark or root bark to repel worms and cure dermatosis. If you have a derm problem in your face. Okay. Concaria rhincophilia, Rubiaceae family. So you have to use the hook-bearing stem branch. This one. How to get it? From here. Okay, to remove heat. Well, when it's summer, your body is so hot, so you can make tea of this. Subdue hyperactivity of the liver and arrest convulsions. I think I saw this kind of tree. This is tree. Panax cinque, Araliaceae family. So I think they farm this one. This is good. Invigorating qi, nourishing yin, clearing heat, and promoting the generation of the body fluid. It's really they're farming it. You only use the root. This one. I know this one, but I just forget the English name. Plantago asiatica, Plantagenaceae family. So to remove heat and induce urination, promote diuresis and arrest diarrhea, improve eyesight, dispel phlegm, to remove heat and induce reduce heat in the blood and counteract toxicity. This one. I forgot the name of English. I use the dried. This one they use for salad, you know. Amamon galiosum. Use the fruit to eliminate dump and improve appetite, warm the spleen and check diarrhea and prevent abortion. If you always have miscarriage, use this one, only the fruit. Uriel, I don't know how to read that. This is aquatic plants. You only use the seed. I didn't know this one has a seed. Benefit the kidney and arrest seminal discharge to invigorate the function of spleen and relieve diarrhea. To remove damp and check excessive leukorrhea. What is leukorrhea? Inula japonica. This is flower. You see the Chinese likes tea. This one is the tea. To relieve cough, eliminate phlegm, promotes diuresis, and arrest vomiting. For you to stop the vomit. You have hangover, you use this one. The tea. Xanthium sibericum, Asteraceae family. You have to use the dried ripe burr with involucre. What? To dispel wind and damp and to relieve nasal obstructions. If you have something clogged in your nose that you can't breathe and you have cough, cold, use the dried one. Dried ripe burr with involucre. That means all of them. Yeah, make tea. Makes sense. So this is the, I know this plant is, this one causes you hallucination, The devil's flower. The English name of this is devil's flower. The Datura metal. Solanaceae family. So you use the flower and it can cause you hallucination. See? Warm and toxic. To relieve asthma and cough and to alleviate pain and to arrest spasm. So you have to use the flower, make it dried, or else you want to use the fresh one, it makes you hallucination. Yeah, I've seen this already. Santalum album. To promote the flow of heart qi, warm the spleen and stomach, whet appetite. What is that whet appetite? And relieve pain. You only use the heartwood of trunk, the very middle of the trunk. Alisma orientalis. You use the tuba to cause urination and remove damp. If you have problem urinating, you use this one. And what the Abrus cantoniensis. Did I read it right? I use the whole tuber. To remove toxic heat, stagnant relieve the depressed liver chi and alleviate pain. Artemisia capillaris. Alright. So you have to use the aerial part. Mostly they use the dried one. See, Chinese likes tea. To remove damp heat and relieve jaundice. Yeah? This plant. Jaundice. Make sure you tried it. It's bitter. The taste is bitter. Okay. Magnolia officinalis. Sa Magnoliaceae. You know magnolia, right? So, you use the bark from stem, branch, and root to eliminate damp and relieve distension. What is distension? See, this is how they use it. Oh, I'm far. And all, low, the last one. Lycopus lucidus from Lamiaceae family. So this one. You only use the aerial part to activate blood circulation and eliminate blood stasis and to induce diuresis. If you're diuretic, you can use this one, the aerial part, and they tried it. Yeah. Okay. Gastrodia elata from Orchidaceae family. So you use the tuber I don't know the whole part of this. They only use the tuber to subdue the liver wind and to arrest convulsion. If you are convulsion, use this one. Citrus reticulata. The citrus. The pericarp is the skin of the fruit. They tried it to regulate the flow of qi, invigorate the spleen function, eliminate damp, and resolve phlegm. Yeah, the citrus skin. Okay, Panax ginseng or Asian ginseng, leaf, root, and rhizome. The ginseng root and rhizome used when leaf to nourish general qi and lung, expel summer heat, and promote production of body fluids. When using the root and the rhizome to reinforce qi, remedy collapse and restore normal pulse. Oh, if you collapse, you can use this ginseng. Benefit the spleen and lung, promote the production of body fluid, and anchor the mind. So before I do live, I googled some of the plants, and this one, ginseng, is good for memory. That's why this one is very expensive in Chinese shop. Okay, Morinda officinalis from Rubiaceae family. So you have to use the root to reinforce the kidney yang, strengthen the tendons and the bones, and relieve rheumatic conditions. So this is the plant, and you only use the root. So the last one is Clematis chinensis. Use the root and rhizome to relieve rheumatic condition, remove obstruction of collaterals, and alleviate pain. You use the dried one. Oh, I'm done reading. Okay, let's read about their information. Okay, I read it loud to you if you cannot read it because my hand is shaking. The Chinese herb garden, aka the Queen Street Rest Garden, covering an area of 1,300 square meters, is named after the legendary god of medicine, Shen Nong, who tasted all herbs to examine their efficacy. The stone statue of Shen Nong is erected at the entrance of the garden to commemorate his distinguished contributions to Chinese medicine. In addition to the specimens of a variety of Chinese medicinal herbs displayed in the garden, also on display are 10 or so exhibition boards with annotations of some other species of herbs and photographs comparing the changes after they are processed into medicinal herbs. In a bid to enhance the public's knowledge on Chinese medicinal herbs, annotations with the common names, botanical names, medicinal parts, and efficacy of the medicinal herbs displayed in the garden are presented on both Chinese and English. The garden does not only provide a leisure space for the public, but it is also the right place to learn more about medicinal herbs in Hong Kong. The garden is located in Shongwan, where the Chinese medicine trade has flourished over the past 100 years or so. It provides a venue for both locals and tourists to learn more about Chinese medicinal herbs, the development of Chinese medicine trade in Shongwan, as well as the history and culture of Hong Kong. Well, you read it in Chinese. Alright, this is Shenlong. Mga marites is watching me. So this is the Chinese Shenlong who discovered the plants. Okay. Very nice. I like reading them. So we read about Shen Nong, the father of Chinese medicine. Okay. Different folklores have been circulated about life of Shenlong, a figure generally venerated as a father of Chinese medicine. One of the legends identified him, whose surname was Zhang, and given name was Koi. As a common ruler of the Jiang tribes in ancient times, Shenlong and two other legendary figures, Shirin and Fuxi, were collectively known as the three sovereigns in prehistoric China. Chinese history goes to Shenong was the first medical expert in China and has been widely respected as the founder of Chinese medicine. Legend has it that Shenong during his reign was concerned about the health of his people who easily got sick after consuming wild fruits and berries. Saying that taking grains as food could lead to good health, he came up with the idea that the fruits and the root tubers of plants might have healing effects. He surveyed the topography of various places and collected different species of herbs in the wilderness. He tasted various plants and even water from rivers and springs. Then he told his people the healthy way of eating. In order to know clearly the properties of herbal medicines, he tried the herbs himself and got poisoned frequently. Why Nancy, a philosophical work published in the Han 206 BC to 220 AD dynasty, recorded that Shenong had fallen ill more than 70 times in one day after tasting different species of herbs. This is the source from which originated the legend that Shenong became the founder of Chinese medicine by tasting 100 species of herbs. Remember, 70 times a day. He got poisoned. It was said that Shenong had climbed mountains and crossed rivers and tasted 100 species of herbs in order to find the best medicines for curing the sick, for detoxification, and finally lost his life after taking a deadly poisonous herb called Hoshansi. Oh. Radix aconiti songpanensis. We Google that. What's the English for that poisonous herb? Shenong was said to be on the throne under the title of Yandi for 120 years. He was succeeded by 7 generations spanning 380 years. The earliest extant work on pharmacology in China was entitled Shenong Benkao Ying, or Shenong's Herbal Classic, as a token of respect to Shenong. Although the book was compiled in circa the Qin and Han dynasties, it was attributed to Shenong as its author. It incorporated remarks on the use of medicine made by practitioners during the period of warring states, which had been collected and supplemented by experts in the Qin and Han dynasties. The book, divided into 3 volumes, covered 365 types of medicines with detailed descriptions on their names, taste, properties, places of origins, and effects. Shenong Benkao Ying is regarded as one of the four greatest classical works on Chinese medicine and has been widely studied by practitioners in later ages. Today, it serves in deep study. Shenong is an influential figure that made him an exemplar for later generations. Onleng Si, or lucid Ganoderma, held in the hand of Shenong's statue in the garden, and is donation from our association in memory of the father of Chinese medicine. Oh. Remember, he have 70 times in one day. Discovering and tasting the the plants. Of course, he doesn't discover the medicine on how to counterfeit the poisonous plants. Um, Ficus pumila. These different names still here in the. What's that? Aloe vera. I think the other plants are dead. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Oh, hi there. You watching me reading so bad? Eh? You watching me reading so bad? Scientific name and English. Yeah? I read like a preschooler. This is the Thai's favorite plant. Yeah, I made something delicious out of the leaves. You cook the minced pork with vegetables and you wrap with the leaves, and this is very nice. Dispel colds, dispel wind, dissipates dampness, reduces swelling to relieve pain. Oh, what is this for? So if you don't know how to use them, it's deadly. So you have to be careful. Nandina domestica. Even the firms. Spicatus. Okay, let's go to the other side is the playground. Let's go to the shops that sells these medicines. See you later. Where this place goes? I think I'm in a wrong way. Oh, maybe this is the correct way. Let's find out. Am I in a correct? I didn't know the place. Oh yeah, I made it right. Let's go to the shops that sells those dried plants. We're here in the Vaux Road West. They're on Chinese, so I don't know how to talk and how to inquire, but mostly the streets of dried stuff. Yeah, look at that dates. Dates, I've been using the dates. That one, the dried rice on there. Mostly they like dried mushroom. I like it too. Mushroom at fungi. like reading them because I've been using the medicinal herbs like turmeric. I like fresh rather than the powdered or dry. So it's up to you, or it's up to your body if it's healing. You can tell to yourself. It's like you're drinking medicine. I mean, you're taking medicine and you're drinking alcohol. Which one makes you feel better? The alcohol or medicine? So this one is the dried seafood. Dried seafood. So this street, it's too early. Others are still closed. This street sells dried herbs, dried seafoods, whatever dried. And they have fresh vegetables, fresh food. Here, this is dried seafood. Or they have frozen ones. Some shops sells all kinds of dried. So lots of dried mushroom. Cashews. Yeah. So everything here is dried. Also in the other side. And this place is called Saying Pun. It's the cheapest dried stuff sells. Main shops are here. You know why? Because this is the center of trading. This is the very center of trading. Everyone comes here wholesale. That's why they're cheap. And the reseller or distributor sell it to their different shops. Of course, with entrance. I don't know where I'm going. Maybe I look something yummy. I'm hungry. Hi. I don't have lipstick for today, so bear with it. Oh, here. He sells mushroom and everything. Look at this. This is good for kid. Yeah, my employer, she teach me something about herbs and medicine and other stuff. They looks yummy and others looks yucky. Look at that. That's a $1,800. That's from the fish. So expensive. Many. Yeah. The most expensive one is the scallop. The sea cucumber. They're big. The sea cucumber. I was at the beach, and then look at this. I was at the beach, and then I accidentally touched the sea cucumber, and it was slimy and yucky, and it was bleeding because I stepped on it accidentally. I was shocked. And then the dog was running after. He slid down. It was so funny. And look at that. Oh, I bring my son here and he doesn't like the smell and what it looks like. It looks disgusting. Like, look at that. And I think they found it so yummy. I think this is ginseng. It's in Chinese. Oh, this is one of the things that I read. Maybe next time they put English name. chrysanthemum.
Summer.
Chrysanthemum.
USA 精神，美國心，焗水啊，煲湯都好，清熱氣啊。
中文唔識嘅。
中文唔識啊，即係我
少少啊。
係啊，好浸水啊，煲我哋沖水就得㗎啦。好似泡茶咁泡啊。
I don't know what they
泡
said.
茶飲啊嘛，好啊。
呢個ginseng 啊？
精神 USA 精神。
哦。
呢個
US
呢個啲卡呢啲卡。
I see. That's why it's expensive. Chrysanthemum. Fa.
120, 160.
Expensive lah.
You feel fun ah? Yan na yan. Feel fun? You?
Philippines. Siêu Trung Mình.
Chúng mình má biết.
Thank you, Phang Eo. Ming! Hi, Ming! Yeah, that ginseng is expensive. Actually, I'm planning to go to the market, but I'm stranded here. Learning from ginseng. Ginseng, huh? He said, I think what I understand what he said, that was the same ginseng and they cut it when it's fresh. I hope I'm correct. They're so expensive. He said American ginseng. I think the Asian ginseng is better. But they branded it as American. I'm talking to myself. Alright, this is endless street of dried stuff. Next time they should put English on it. So the sea cucumber is 300 plus Hong Kong dollars. How come that's expensive? There are just so many at the beach. I'm getting hungry. That black there is seaweed. So before I forget, this street in Saying Pon, Devox Road, is the street of herbal, dried and fresh market. And this is the central of trading in the entire Hong Kong for the dried stuff. See, so many dried stuff. Well, ginseng I like to buy, but it was so expensive. Look at this leaves. I just can't imagine how many weeds. That is very, very, very useful. Last time I used goose grass to heal my stomach problem. Hi, Daryl. Yeah, I use goose grass. It's like last time I have the stomach problem, I make a tea out of it, and it helps, really helps. And most people just consider it as weed, but I googled it. It's very useful weed. I'm here in the street in Saying Pon, the center of. That was so nice. I'm in the center of the trading in Hong Kong?
都可以睇到嘅都會一齊。
Like trading of dried stuff.
要冇愛，
Like that, eh? I'm getting hungry reading. So earlier, if you're watching continuously, I was reading about the herbs. And I'm here in the dried shops. Wow, look at that. The ginseng is very good for memory. I want to buy that. But it's bloody expensive. See, as if I know them. Yeah, they should put English name on it so people will buy, you know. And maybe next time I will tell my employer to tell them they need to put in English name and the uses, because mostly people, tourists, likes to come here and buy something. They should put English name here, you know. Someone will hear what I said. Yeah, so my son doesn't like to come over here because it's stink. It stink, the dried seafood. How are you, Daryl? Are you still in the ocean?
你冇還冇嘅啫，係咪？
See, this is English Street. See, this is a center for goods delivery stuff. Yeah, I'm hungry. Where should I eat? Maybe I like to buy bread. Oh, I thought you said you go home like August. You change your mind? Trump make America great again? Or Trump make it worse again? So this date, that's good for if your body is feeling cold, especially during winter. I'm using that in winter. Well, I hope he will make America great again. I think your country is struggling with the administration, and the people cannot move on. Where should I have something to eat? $10.30. I'm hungry. No lipstick for today. I've been walking for like 1 hour already. There's a bakery here. See, this is fresh veggies part. The dried stuff still there. Hi. Maybe I'll eat this. I just want to eat a little. Ah, bakery. Maybe I'll eat there. Let's see if I like their food. Sorry. 11:30. What? Sorry. 11:30. Their lunch. They don't have lunch yet. So I still have time to walk. So what are you doing, Daryl? Are you still there? What are you doing on your new administration? Did Trump make you go home? Did he make you go home? Yeah. I want lunch. I don't want breakfast. I just want to eat bread. Then wait for my lunch time. I think I have to go. Thank you for watching. This is Center Street, Sayang Cone, corner Queens Road.